Assalamu alaikum. Hello guys. Still in lecture 1. Uh, Now we will talk about one application in engineering economy to know the procedures and to learn the procedures of engineering economy procedures. The application says a friend of yours bought a small apartment building for 100,000 in College Town. She spent 10,000 of her own money for the building and obtained a mortgage from a local bank for the remaining $90,000. The annual mortgage payment to the bank is $10,500. Your friend also expects that annual maintenance on the building and grounds will be 15,000. So there are 4 apartments, 2 bedrooms each in the building that can each be rented for 360 per month. So please let's think about these questions. First, does your friends have a problem? If so, what is it? What are her alternatives? Identify at least 3. Estimate the economic consequences and other required data for alternatives in Part B. Select a criterion for discriminating among alternatives and use it to advise your friend on which course of action to pursue. Attempt to analyze and compare the alternatives in view of at least one criterion in addition to cost. What should your friend do based on the information you and she have generated? Let's see the solution. First, as we see, a quick set of calculation shows that your friend does indeed have a problem. Why? Why she has a problem? A lot more money is being spent by your friend each year. She spends 10,500 plus 15 is $25,500. Then is being received, which is 4 apartments and $360 multiplied by 12 months, which means she just receives $17,280, and this is also per year. The problem could be that the monthly rent is too low, so she's losing 822 per year, sorry. So 8,022 per year. Now, what is that problem? Again, the problem is she still spend much more money than she's receiving. So to solve the problem in part B, we have 4 options. The first option is to raise the rent. She can solve this problem by just raising the rent. Will market be an increase? Can she do that? This is the first alternative. So now we are recognizing the alternatives. Option 2 is lowering the maintenance expenses, but we still have the problem. Not so far as to cause safety problems. We still don't know whether the maintenance is, this is the lowest amount of money she should pay for maintenance or she can reduce maintenance. It depends on safety. Option 3, she sell the apartment building. She can just sell the apartment building. She just say, okay, I just sell it. I don't need to keep it anymore. Option 4, abandon building. She can just leave it. Just abandon the building for bad of your friend's reputation. So let's see. In the first option, now we are trying to analyze each option. In the first option, we need to know the total monthly rent. How much should I increase to cover my own expenses? So she can just raise the total money by 1,440 plus 1,440 means this is the rental for months plus R, which for the apartment. R, this is the amount she should increase for the apartments to cover the monthly expenses, which is 2,125, which means, if you remember, this one is 25,000 500 actually over 12 months means that number, which is this number, which is $2,125. So note that the minimum increase of rent would be the difference between my expenses negative my the rent for one apartment for the 4 apartments. So for one apartment, just divide this by 4. I need to increase the rent by $171.25 for each apartment. It's almost increased by 50%. This is the first option. The second option is lower monthly expenses, which means that I need to reduce the expenses of $2,125 negative a compensation. I need to reduce to compensate the maintenance. So we try to compensate it. Again, the same problem. We need to reduce the maintenance per month by $565, which means it's 50% dollars to decrease the maintenance. Again, almost the same. Either to increase to 50% the rent or to decrease the maintenance 50% from the current expense. The third option is she tries to sell the apartment of building for X, which she covers the original $10,000 investment. She already invested $10,000 to the bank, and she just paid $10,000, not $100,000. So she needs to recover $685 per month. So the loss is $8,220 per 12 months. So we still have the same problem. She will lose $685 per month. So this is the option 3. So we have the first 2 options. She can compensate either rent or maintenance expenses, or she just sell the building. She just give up of these problems and just think on another alternative, which is selling the whole apartment. The fourth option is okay, just I don't need to do any investment. I just leave it and keep it, abandon it, and just ignore the whole building and leave it to someone else. So maybe the bank will foreclosure and just ask for collecting the fees. So she still need to pay for the bank, which means she will lose the whole building. So what's next? Actually, D, if you remember the question, select the criteria for discriminating among alternatives. So you try to select the criteria. One criterion could be to minimize the expected loss of money. In case you might advise your friend to pursue 1 or 3. She just sell it, try to sell it. She just lose a very amount of money, but she just try to sell it, or increase the rent, but she cannot compensate in maintenance. Again, back to the question E, attempt to analyze, compare alternative in view of the at least one criterion in addition to cost. So in E, for example, let's use creditworthiness as additional criterion. Creditworthiness means you try to talk about the money. So option 4 is immediately ruled out, because now the credit means something is coming to you, or at least you don't lose money. But option 4 is exactly neglected, ruled out, because it's always losing. You abandon the building, it means that you need to pay for the bank for the remaining $90,000. So exercising the option 3 could also harm your friend credit ratings, because again she just spent 10,000, but she will try to rebuild, resell or sell the building again, so she will lose much money again. So 1 or 2 may be realistic acceptable alternatives, because she tried to compensate from maintenance, so she's still keeping expenses equal to the received money, or even one, she tried to increase the rent. It depends on the market actually. Your friend, this is F, should probably do market analysis of comparable housing in the area to see if the rent could be raised. This is very important part. Again, it depends on the market, as we said in part E. So this is what you should advise your own friend when you try to analyze her problem from the engineering economic point of view. Okay, the next topic is professional or engineering ethics. Let's see this in the next video.